Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94. You're back with another reaction video. Today, we finna react to, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord.
He a fan, he a fan, he a fan. He a fan, he a fan, he a freaky ass nigga, he a 69 God. Freaky ass nigga, he a 69 God. Hey, 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 run for your life. Hey, 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 run for your life.
Why these niggas keep spinning the block? First Zion, now Shannon Sharpe done spent the block. God damn it.
Lord Jesus.
This nigga done spent the block. We gotta bring this nigga back to the front of the congregation. We just handled Zion. Like, we just handled this nigga. Now we gotta deal with your freaky frog ass too. Come on, dog. Come on, man.
You's an odd ass nigga. My grandpa. Oh, my grandpa, you weird as hell. Freaky frog. You freaky frog. You a freaky frog. You fucking freaky frog. You a freaky frog. You's a freaky ass nigga. You's a freaky ass nigga. You's a freaky ass nigga.
These niggas just don't learn, man. They hard headed. They hard headed, and they don't learn. What is going on here?
Freak man, yeah, that's me. Eat the cat from the back, yeah, that's me. Left your bitch out of panties, yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's me, yeah, that's me. Freak man, yeah, that's me. Eat the cat from the back, yeah, that's me. Left your bitch out of panties, yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's me, yeah, that's me.
You freaky ass boy. You freaky ass little dude. Yo, freaky ass on my Uncle Grave. Bitch, you blacking out on my Uncle Grave. Bitch, you blacking out. You freaky ass little boy. Stop playing with me, shorty. My dead grandma.
These niggas, Diddy done went to jail, and these niggas don't know how to act, boy. These niggas don't know how to act. It seems like ever since Diddy done went to jail, these niggas don't know how to act.
Cause P. Diddy be wanting the body. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did.
So apparently this nigga Shannon Sharpe out here choking white bitches. This is why I be telling y'all we need to. Dr. Umar been trying to tell us, bruh.
Black queens forever, snow bunnies never. I said black queens forever, snow bunnies never. I said black queens forever, snow bunnies never.
If the Jonathan Majors situation ain't tell you nothing, it's stop messing with them white bitches. They not good for you, brother. Especially big black niggas like Shannon Sharpe. You should know better than to be messing with a snow bunny. You know you supposed to have you a Megan Good or somebody like that by your side, bro. What the hell you out here doing with these white girls, man? These little skinny ass white girls, young ass white girls on top of that too. Oh no, oh no. You public enemy number one, my brother. Hey, Shannon had a target on him ever since that Cat Williams interview. Ever since that Cat Williams interview, Shannon has had a target on him. And boy, they done hit the mark now. They done hit the motherfucking mark. They on your ass. But anyways, though, let's get right into this video by Chisel the Adonis. About this freaky ass, old ass nigga, man.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million, What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real
Cut that bitch off!
My family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
All right, so boom, if you're unaware, let me catch you up to speed. 8-time Pro Bowler, 5-time All-Pro, 1990s NFL All-Decade Team member, 3-time Super Bowl champion, consensus top 5 tight end of all time, Pro Football Hall of Famer, current proprietor of Shea by Laportier, podcast dynamo, and unequivocally top 2 sports personality in the country. Shannon Sharpe is being sued for $50 million for dealing with a doggone 20-year-old OnlyFans harlot.
$50 million?
Mind you, this is coming off the heels of literally one day prior where it was expected for Shannon Sharpe to sign a $100 million deal for his media company, Shay Media. And right before he was set to sign, here come these allegations. And remember, Shannon is no stranger to controversy. Remember last year, this man was on Instagram Live for 5 minutes, grunting like a 1998 Toyota RAV4 in Guatemala, talking about Shannon Sharpe, a Super Bowl champion and host of a popular podcast, has been accused of taking a woman against her will in a Nevada lawsuit. The lawsuit was brought by a woman who alleges Mr. Sharpe used his fame to manipulate, control, subjugate, and violate women. The accuser, who was 19 at the time, scratch that. Why are you dealing with a 19-year-old, Shannon? 2023, you was 54. The fuck you talking to somebody who just barely graduated high school? What's wrong with you? Didn't you listen to Monique?
Now I'm looking right at y'all. Let me tell y'all what Shannon needs.
Let me
Okay?
live my
Let me
life.
tell you what my baby needs. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon needs. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your ass and get you an old bitch out there that can love you old. You're trying to hang out with these young bitches and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it.
Didn't you get a hip replacement from Los Santos Customs recently? You should have been testing out your doggone hips with somebody else who got their damn hips refurbished rather than going to somebody who's 19. The fuck wrong with you?
Here's my take on the whole 19-year-old thing. Like, look, it's wrong. It's definitely wrong. But. Didn't Tracy Ellis Ross recently come out and say she would rather date younger men in their 20s and 30s than deal with people at her age? So when she said that, it was like, all right, whatever. I mean, if that's what she into, that's what she into. As soon as Shannon get exposed for messing with a 19, 20-year-old, all of a sudden now we up in arms. It's like, nah, I just want fair treatment for both sides. If you disagree with Shannon messing with a 19-year-old, you should feel the same way about Tracy Ellis Ross. Me personally, as someone as young as like 23 messing with somebody who was in their 50s at a certain point in time, that experience, so I've experienced that alone, and I say I enjoyed it. So I can see from both sides. It's like sometimes it's not even the older person. Sometimes this is the younger person that tries to take on the older person. Let's not act like we didn't like. Let's not act like if you come from the streets, then you know that it's young girls out here that be like 16, 17 years old. You know these girls. You grew up with these girls. And they out here messing with like 24, 25-year-olds. And they be like 16, 17. You know. I'm not saying that none of this is right. I am not saying that none of this is right. But I just want to keep it real. I just want to paint the picture. I just want everybody to understand. Yeah. like I just want to keep it real for a second, because I just want this shit to be. I don't want to come into this video with what's the word? Selective outrage. I don't want to come into this video with selective outrage. I don't want to come in here being selective on either side, saying Shannon Sharpe wrong while he messing with a 19-year-old. Because in my heart, I feel like it's wrong. But at the same time, there are women out here that prefer older men. They prefer men that have their credit together, or just have a car in a house that they can go to. You know what I'm saying? As much as I hate to say, it's a preference. I can't knock you for it. I can't knock you for it. But I can get on your ass about it. Pause. No Diddy. I can get on your ass about it, but I can't knock you for it. So I'm not even going to sit up here and be in an uproar and have an outrage over somebody who's dealing with someone who is 19 years old and they in their 50s. Like I said, I was 23 messing with a 55-year-old at the time. So yeah. I do. So I know how that works, but I'm not going to sit up here and I'm just not going to sit up here and be outraged by that. Because like I said, it's Tracy Ellis Ross out here talking about she would rather date younger men half her age, than deal with men who are actually her age and nobody says anything towards her. That's my problem with this situation. I just feel like it's selective outrage. It's like, on one hand, it's like, you would love to date a Tracy Ellis Ross, but on the other hand, it's like, Shannon, come on, bro. Why you messing with them 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds, man? Can't think like that. Gotta be open-minded. Gotta be open-minded here. It's 2025. People are into what they into. So I can't really be upset at something. And I know that there are women out there that prefer an older person. Sometimes it's not even the older person who gets involved with the younger person. It be the younger person who takes that chance and tries to stroke the older person's ego to get inside their head and, use them for what they need to use them for. You know what I'm saying? It be like that. And I feel like this is one of them situations where this 19-year-old, I feel like she took advantage of Shannon as well. I feel like Shannon took advantage of her, but she took advantage of Shannon as well. I could see it from both sides, because I've noticed things as I've gone along in life. I've noticed things, and I can see why Shannon was being the way he was being, because I could see that I could tell that there's some manipulation on her end. So both of them are not right, but Shannon is definitely wrong. I feel like she wrong as well. So it is what it is, but let's get back into this though.
You gotta put WD-40 on yourself before you step into the bedroom and you decided to deal with somebody who can't even legally drink. You sick freak. This man too horny for his own good, constantly on nightcap talking about, I don't need an old lady. I don't need to find somebody who in my age range. I don't need to go find somebody to go and settle my ass down with. I'm looking for a Miss B Nasty. I'm looking for somebody who on OnlyFans. I'm looking for somebody who popping that pee so he can go and have a doggone vaginal vortex on top of his elderly member.
I guess he might be the horniest man in America, huh?
And now a word from our sponsor.
And now back to your
Sponsor Black for the win.
The accuser, who was 19 at the time she met Mr. Sharpe in 2023, says in a legal filing that the pair had a nearly 2-year relationship. During the time, Mr. Sharpe was aggressive and allegedly took advantage of her. Mr. Sharpe has denied the allegation and said he's a target of a shakedown. The suit seeks more than $50 million in compensatory and punitive damages. The accuser is the only person suing, and she does not provide details on her accusation that Mr. Sharpe hurt more than herself. According to the suit, the woman met Mr. Sharpe, currently aged 56, in a Los Angeles gym and had a rocky consensual relationship. I'm not surprised you met her at the gym. Here you were trying to do the dumbbell bench. You look to your left and all you see is ass.
It be like that.
After many months of manipulating and
Be like
controlling the
that.
plaintiff, a woman more than 30 years younger than he, and repeatedly threatened
That's why I'll
to
go to the
choke
gym.
and violently slap her, Sharpe refused to accept the answer no and took advantage of the plaintiff. Despite her sobbing and repeated screams of no, the complaint alleges. The woman alleged that Mr. Sharpe took advantage of her in as recently as January.
Anybody could grieve in January.
In addition, she alleges in the suit that Mr. Sharpe insisted on recording some of the sexual encounters, sometimes without a consent or knowledge, shared the videos with his friends and associates. That's pretty much the totality of the allegations. And keep in mind, this particular woman's legal counsel is the exact same legal counsel that had advised the woman who accused Jay-Z a few months prior and ultimately had that lawsuit dropped and allegations rescinded. Also, several of the ladies who had accused Deshaun Watson as well. Same legal counsel. Does that have anything to do with this case? I guess that's yet to be seen. One way or another, Shannon did indeed confirm that there was, validity in the claims that the two of them did indeed sleep together, because in the midst of his addressing of the situation that I had posted at the beginning of the video, he did say, hey, if they're going to release the 30-second snippet from the sex tape, why not release the entirety of it? So that would signify that they did indeed do the deed.
Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media.
But I got a couple of questions. One, just what exactly transpired during this doggone session? What kind of freakazoid activity did they have going down? I ain't gonna watch the doggone tape. Some freaks might just mess around and tune in. Some may mess around and take some notes. He must have been off them blue diamonds. Shorty could have been hanging off the edge of the bed. 50 Shades of Grey got nothing on what Unc Shay Shay was doing with this OnlyFans harlot, but that's not what we're here to talk about. It's my turn!
Anything I say, you're just gonna get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me, so I feel like...
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, no, have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke out of you when I see you.
That shit was wild.
I go to the basement. I go to hell.
Is Shannon Sharpe gonna have to choke a bitch?
Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do.
Whoa, Shannon, you gotta relax. Man's talking about he might choke her out in public. He's starting to sound like...
Well, you're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Gabby.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah, I might choke you in public. Big black guy chokes small white woman.
It's not a good look, Shannon.
Not a good look that
You have lost your mind. You have lost your mind. You have lost your
Mr. Sharpe,
mind.
you need to relax. What part of the game is this? I can't even hold you. The first time I heard these recordings, I thought maybe this is some sort of AI. Somebody used some sort of voice changer, or they made a situation to where they were colluding and trying to make it seem as if it was him when it wasn't him. But let's call a spade a spade. You can clearly hear Sharpe is incredibly agitated. Furthermore, the indignation invigorating inside of his soul due to this lawsuit coming out. Albeit, piece of me said, why did he say choke her out in public? Unprovoked. He could have just said, choke her out, but you said in public. Is there anything that is important in the word public? Maybe he choked her in private, maybe while they were intimate. And then suddenly, he released some text messages.
I would like to see it.
This statement is currently on Shannon Sharpe's Instagram right now, if you wanted to go and fact check me, but we're gonna read through this statement here. These are text messages that are sent from this girl. She said, I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're fucking. Wait a minute, hold on. Shorty wanted Shannon Sharpe moving like...
I hog-tied her. I don't know how to hog-tie people. What would I hog-tie?
I know you missed this big juicy
Who's a
ass.
freaky ass nigga?
$25K for each cheek.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Only if you put that baby gravy in me, then I can do whatever I want to me. What the hell is going on here?
Freaky
I'm gonna put my
frog!
tongue in your
You
asshole and
freaky
then marry
frog!
you.
You a
Lord have
freaky
mercy.
frog!
That's my daddy. Fuck, I want you to put a big black baby in me. Whoa! You better crave it, because you're gonna be stuck with it for life after you put
Who's
a
a
big black
freaky
baby
ass
in me.
nigga?
Ma'am! Ma'am, what kind of fetish did Shorty have going on over here? Swirlers Anonymous.
Lord have mercy. We must stay focused, brothers.
I want to be abused, daddy. I want some hardcore BDSM action. I want you to tie me up like this and abuse me, daddy.
He's a terrorist! He's a Shabab! He's an Al-Qaeda!
I don't know how to hog tie people. What would I hog tie?
Now, hold on, wait a minute. Because first and foremost, to be that freaked out at 54, 55, 56 is crazy to me. I don't know if after he done swallowed down some blue diamonds, happened to be standing at attention, that he start moving crazy, but to find yourself in this situation at that age is ridiculous to me. And I'll touch on that towards the tail end of the video. But I can say this much. In Shannon's statement on the Instagram, in this very post, you see from not only his attorney, they're pretty much going along the lines of showcasing that, hey, you see these messages here, that would signify that we're in a consensual relationship with a bit of kink play that's there. But I think this needs to be stated because I don't think this should be overlooked. Let's call a spade a spade. At that age, dealing with a woman at the age that this particular girl is at, and furthermore, given what Shannon had talked about of what it is that he's looking for, this is purely sexual in their relationship. There is no sort of long-term kind of situation that's transpiring here. It's solely sexual. And furthermore, Shannon knows exactly what it is that he's looking for from this girl. This girl knows exactly what it is that she's looking for from Shannon. Her specifying $25K for each cheek, just given the nature of the business that she just so happens to work in, makes me wonder if Shannon was soliciting, acts or services, if you will, in the form of payment in order to make that happen. So if in the event that was the case, we've got a whole different situation that's going on here. Granted, people find loopholes to where you can make it not that big of a deal, but that's not what's here on the conversation.
You're a prostitute.
Throughout the entirety of the statement, it's pretty much trying to convey that this was a consensual relationship. But here's what caught my eye the most, right? If you take a look at the text messages, they're dated between 2023 up until the final one that was on New Year's Day, 2025. And underneath, you can see it's written that this is when their relationship ultimately ceased, when she had asked for the $25K. And like I said prior, makes me wonder how she felt so bold to go and ask for $25,000, because we've heard Shannon talk on Nightcap about being very generous, where he would buy bags, he would buy shoes, he would buy expensive things for the women who he had dealt with in the past. So it makes me wonder if in the event there was a situation in which he could have possibly paid in one way or another for something else. But this directly conflicts with her claim of being sexually assaulted, taken advantage of in January. Because if the text message is sent on the 1st and communication is ceased on the 2nd, but she says the most recent, period of time in which she was taken advantage of was in January. The only time it could have transpired is there on the 1st when the question was asked if he could pay $25K, one for each cheek. So it either would have had to happen on that day or it never happened at all.
Somebody lies. Yeah. Now somebody, I don't know who, but I'm telling you, somebody's lying. It's two completely different stories.
How did Shannon not recognize that this is the path that this was going to go? Because there's a ton of bait.
I can gladly explain that. It's called manipulation. This is what the young women do. This is what women do with jewelry. It don't matter what age it is. A hoe is a hoe. No matter how old it is. She could be 70 years old. A hoe is a hoe. Okay? Trust me. Women are very manipulative. I already know what she was doing to Shannon. I read this shit from a mile away. I already knew what she was doing to Shannon. Because when it comes to age differences, and when it comes to men and age differences, you can't tell how somebody's manipulating you, because there could be a newer way, which would be the young way. So I can resonate. I could pick up on I'll put it to you like this. I could pick up on a 23-year-old trying to play games with me versus a 55-year-old playing games with me. With a 55-year-old, it would take time. With a 23-year-old, it takes a matter of moments for me to be like, oh, red flag, red flag, red flag, you're done. With a 55-year-old, sometimes it could be she doing something, she plotting, but then again, she could just be genuine. I don't know. I mean, she is an older woman. I don't think she would be that harsh to me. I don't think she would treat me like that. No, nigga, a hoe is a hoe. Always keep that in mind, fellas. A hoe is a hoe. Don't matter the age, don't matter the age gap. A hoe is a hoe. I could tell you exactly what she was doing and why Shannon didn't figure this out. I can tell that Shannon has never felt so in control. That's why he's talking the way he's talking. That's why she's talking to him, and that's why he's talking to her the way that he's talking to her. She feeds. The women do this all the time. Fellas, this is something that you have to understand with women. Women are very fucking manipulative, and they do this shit all the time. They feed into your ego. I'll break it down for you like this. This is game right here. So listen up, fellas, listen up. When it comes to women, they will feed into your ego. Let me break it down to you. So first ever like cougar, sugar mama, whatever you want to call her, right? First older, mature women I've had, right? A lot of them will feed into your ego. They'll make you feel like you the man, but in reality, you really they bitch. They keep you moving around in this circle until they get what they want out of you. And when they don't get what they want out of you, they cut you off, they move on. Which is fine. So let me break it down for you. Had this older woman in my life. I was like 23. She would keep manipulating me. She keep gaslighting me. You know what I'm saying? At first, everything was cool. You know, I was getting the cheeks. You know what I'm saying? I was doing the thing. I was, you know what I'm saying? I was tearing that ass up. Boy, I was going in. Boy, I was going in there, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was going in there, boy. I tear some ass up there, boy. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? I was handling my business. I handling my business. You know what I'm saying? So I'm handling my business. You know what I'm saying? Everything good. Then attitude starts to change. Then it starts getting into arguments and stuff like that. Unnecessary arguments on top of that. And every time I would clap back with something that would like completely dead the argument, because I'm too smart for my own good. So I getting into arguments with people, that's why I'm not an argumentative person, because I can take it there, but I can also shut your ass down and just show you exactly who you are. Like, I analyze people very well. So I break her down. I'm like, so you mad at me for this, and this, but you was over here doing this, and that, and this, and that. It don't make sense. Make it make sense. And you know what she said? And you know what she'll say? Okay, daddy. I'm sorry, daddy. I didn't want to mean to hurt you, daddy. You know I love you, daddy. She's feeding into your ego. She's stroking your ego. She's giving you, she's mentally, she's making you feel like you the man, but in reality, she's giving you that false sense of hope that you are the man in the relationship, and she has to bow down to you. In reality, she's manipulating you. She's gonna play into your ego. She gonna ask you to come over. You know what I'm saying? You gonna hit that shit. You know what I'm saying? You gonna hit that shit, and then you gonna come back to, and then the cycle gonna repeat itself. She gonna ask for something. You may not be able to get it for her, or she may want something from you, and it doesn't have to be a materialistic thing. It could just be some time. She may want you to come over and spend some time with her. She may want you to come and to a party with her so she can show you off to her family members and stuff like that. And maybe you just don't have the time. Maybe you got to work that day. Maybe you just don't have the time. Maybe you see if you got the energy for it, and you just don't. And then all of a sudden, the arguments start back up, and then it just go. Then the cycle just repeats itself again.
Give me the keys to my car, Joe.
dog. You ain't going nowhere. Get up off me, girl. See, there you go again. Bring your ass downstairs, showing off in front of these fucking neighbors. Get your ass back upstairs. Fuck you and these neighbors. I hate you. I hate your ass too. I love you.
The cycle keeps repeating itself. You just stuck in this loop of she gets mad over something. She gets mad over something. You clap back, and then all of a sudden she starts stroking your ego, feeding into your ego, and it keeps going on and going on. And that's what I feel like was happening here with Shannon and old girl. I feel like she was stroking his ego, giving him so much power to do so much stuff, whether it was choking her out, doing all the freaky sexual things to her and all this stuff, and him talking to her like that and her talking back to him like that. It's stroking his ego until it gets to this point where she wants something done and she knows that she can get it out of him, but she has to play her role. And there will be a times where he like, you know what? I don't feel like doing this right now. Like I'm in the middle of something. Get back to me a little bit. Now she gonna take that as, oh, this nigga got me fucked up. He must not know. So then the arguments start. And then the back and forth start. And then all of a sudden, here we go again.
Give me the keys to my car, dog. You ain't going nowhere. Get up off me, girl. See, there you go again. Bring your ass downstairs, showing off in front of these fucking neighbors. Get your ass back upstairs. Fuck you and these neighbors. I hate you. I hate your ass too. I love you. And then it got to that point, and now all of a sudden, here we are now. He done probably denied her something that she wanted access to, or something that she wanted or she really desired, but didn't feel like spending her own money. So she was like, you know what? Let me ask Shay Shay for it. So she like, hey, can you give me this? I just want this. And he was probably like, nah. It's like, nah, I'm good. I ain't trying to do all that right now. I'm chilling though. But how you been? Like, oh, it's like that? Okay, bet. It's like, what you mean? And now here we are, lawsuit. Here we are. We sitting up here with the lawsuit and stuff like that. It didn't got to this point. It's sad. It's sad that this is what happens, but this is what women do. They stroke your ego. You get into an argument. They stroke your ego. Y'all fuck around and make up. And the next thing you know, you back in this toxic cycle. She gonna want something from you. That's the only reason why she's stroking your ego. If she stops stroking your ego, or she just stops communicating with you altogether, she's found another person that can do for her what you wasn't willing to do for her. She found another person that's willing to do for her what you weren't willing to do for her. That's how these women play this game. That's how a lot of these women operate, dog. This is coming from my own personal experience, so I can see what's going on here from a mile away. I can see it. I already know what's going on. She's stroking this man's ego, which is why he talking crazy like that, which is wild. Why are you talking like that to a white woman? Come on, brother. You know better than that. Shannon, of all people, should know better not to talk to these white hoes like that. You should already know, my brother.
Black queens forever, snow bunnies never. I said black queens forever, snow bunnies never. I said black queens forever, snow bunnies never.
So why is you letting this woman stroke your ego and build you up, and now she got all the ammunition to take you down? Now public opinion is going to go against you because it's believe all women. It's a Me Too era. Even though the text messages and all the other stuff is really like helping him out in this instance, still in the court of public opinion, big black guy, small little white girl. Come on now. You know where this is going. If Jonathan Majors ain't told you nothing, stop messing with these white bitches. You are a black man. Stop messing with these white bitches, man. It's one thing you don't do is you don't mess with them white bitches, dog. Unless you are cookie cut clean. If you are cookie cut clean, you ain't got no sexual desires. You a straight dude. You just about your paper and about your business and about taking care of your family and your wife, and you ain't got these freaky ass Diddy inspired desires and shit like that. then you should be all right with a white woman. But for the most part, most niggas take these white women and think that, oh, this is better than a black woman. Never, never, never in a million years will a white woman ever be better than a black woman. Stop that cap right now.
Black queens forever, snow bunnies never.
Because ain't no black woman gonna stroke your ego like this. These young ones probably will, but somebody that's the right age, they not gonna stroke your ego like this. They not even gonna push you on like this. They gonna probably try it a couple of times and they're gonna be like, you know what? I ain't finna deal with this shit. I'm good. I can find somebody else. That's what a lot of these women do. But a lot of these younger women today, oh, they take, this is the new technique. This is the new technique. All y'all older freaky ass dudes out here thinking that it's okay to mess with these younger girls. You don't even know that this the new technique. They gonna stroke your ego up. They gonna make you feel better than any other woman has ever made you feel. Cause they know. They gonna read you like a book. They gonna know he needs somebody to stroke his ego. Let me stroke that for you. But in return, I need a BBL. I need that new Birkin. Louis Vuitton just came out. I just saw Cardi B with this Louis Vuitton dress. I need that. Y'all niggas don't even know you getting played, bro. Getting played. These younger girls are going to play you for anything they can get out of you. And with the older woman, they don't necessarily want anything out of you. They just want you to fall in line. See, they stroke your ego, but they make sure that you fall in line with them. So when they want you to come through for the function so they can show you off, they're going to need you to come through for the function. See, older women are about showing you off. Younger women are more about showing off what they got from you. Keep that in mind. But let's get back into this video.
In the midst of the message, even if you were into that kind of kink play and race play for all intents and purposes, the mere fact that she would specify, hey, put that baby gravy, that big black baby in me, like, that's wild to me that Shannon didn't have the foresight to think that something like this can happen down the line, especially given the line of work that he's in. Having been in the league for 13, 14 some years, been in media now for what would be 20 years post-retirement on television, also in now social media, everything of this nature. You didn't cover your tracks and move smart to where you don't find yourself in this situation like this? Just look at her Instagram. Granted, she probably didn't have this large mass amount of followers at the time that Shannon discovered her when they were in the gym. Even still, look what she's posting. Look how she's posting. Look at every single video. It's a thirst trap. Ass on display in every single one, unprovoked. And remember, Shannon knew both her government name and also the name she goes by on OnlyFans, which isn't even difficult to find because it's 2 clicks away on her page. All of this verifiable. Why would you even put yourself in this position to deal with a girl like this? Because we've heard Shannon in the past, as I specified, talk about wanting to deal with these nymphomatic type women. But you can do that with somebody who's low-key. You don't need to get into no full-fledged relationship with super commitment, working towards marriage, or maybe even, long-term, whatever the case just so happens to be. But you could move diligent. You could move smart. You're a man of prominence. Furthermore, you're a man that's public, recognizable. You know damn well you sending sext messages can easily be put out by way of simply somebody taking a screenshot. You on the phone, you can mess around and be recorded. Shorty moving like she was an extra, or I should say, she was employed by the Baltimore Police Department and she was casted on The Wire. She got recordings, she got text messages, all these other stuff, because you moving sloppy and so freaked out. You should have never put yourself in this situation because there's no way you could ever say you ain't no better. Even when the sex tape had dropped, or I should say the live stream last year had dropped, you should have learned your lesson then. You were still messing with this girl. And furthermore, you know she wasn't the only one son was probably messing with. So how do you find yourself at 56 years old in this situation? To the girl, I could say this much. I don't know if the claims and allegations are legitimate, me personally, I think it's completely an opportunity to try to milk this man of the bread he was fixing to go and get, right? Because it appears to be relatively consensual, but if you take a look at this particular text message that had came out where it's alleged from her that he had went into the back door when she had not wanted him to. And then furthermore, the way that it's specified of put on a condom, I guess the idea was for them to do it protected rather than unprotected, which even still, that is indeed wrong. And if she said no, you're supposed to not go. And I saw a couple of articles that were talking about, well, Shannon tried to pay $10 million to sweep this under the rug or hush money or try to settle without having to go to trial. And I think there's the best way to explain as to why it was that he done did it.
First, we have to talk about what a settlement means, just because it's been so unclear, where people assume when you make a settlement offer, that means that you're automatically guilty or that you've done the underlying action. Actually, it's a math equation, believe it or not. When you have a lawsuit that is pending, you speak to your lawyers and they talk to you about the probability. So if he's being sued for $50 million, stay with me here, Dan, and the lawyer says, Shannon, there's a 10% chance of this happening, of the victory against you, of you losing. 10% of 50 million is $5 million. That means the value of the lawsuit is $5 million. But the legal fees are going to be $8 million, no matter what. If you have no liability or if you're found liable for 50 million, you're going to pay me $8 million. That's a total of $13 million. That's when you go to the other side and you say, I'll give you 10. That doesn't mean I did it. Doesn't mean I didn't do it. It's called a nuisance settlement amount, and it's discovered through a simple math equation based on probability. And that's all it does. So when the 10 million was offered, now people go crazy. Oh my God, how can you be so stupid as to say you didn't do it and then offer 10? That's how.
Now, with all that being said, in the wise words of NBA Centel, OnlyFans, trap, age gap, clapped, Shannon and Father. Because there ain't no situation in which this man is fixing to go and lose this case. He may take a shot to the reputation. He may just mess around and lose opportunities. Let's call it what it is. Allegations in today's day and age may not be just as terrible as a guilty verdict, but it's somewhat close. Just a mere association with the act is more than enough for people to change their perception of you, and you mess around and miss out on opportunities. But if you were to go and search Doe versus Shannon Sharpe or Doe versus Sharpe, you'll end up finding the document, the court, document regarding the entirety of the case and what's levied against Shannon Sharpe. My biggest disappointment is the mere fact that there was the public document of the 44 pages that was released. I had it on Reddit. For whatever reason, whoever the hell had posted it deleted it. Now I can't find it at all. We only get to 1 through 14 pages. But in the midst of the 44, they had the screenshots of all those text messages in the blue and green bubbles. You can see on the 1st of January, this harlot was damn near pestering, I shouldn't say damn near, was pestering Shannon to send her money. That's what was leading up to the $25K per cheek comment. She had asked him if he had Cash App. He said he didn't have Cash App. She asked how much money he got currently on him, take a photo with the money to go and send it, in an effort to essentially blackmail him. And I know the message is incredibly grainy, but if you could do me a favor and zoom in on the time in which the text message was sent, and furthermore, the change in tone of this particular message in question, because she's damn near demanding that he send the money. What's taking it so long? Sounding as if she's an escort for all intents and purposes. And if you take a look at the minute or the exact time in which this particular text message was sent, it's the same time that's written for when she had sent, oh, I know you missed this big juicy ass, $25K for each cheek. This is within the same message. She sent them both at the same time. So that would now signify that she's indeed trying to get money out of him. So that would confirm what I had mentioned prior regarding of this particular January.
Fellas, this is what I mean by she's stroking your ego. She's playing games. She's manipulating you. 1 minute she mad at you, the next minute, come on, daddy, I love you, daddy. Come back to me, daddy. Please, daddy. She gonna say all that shit to stroke your fucking ego, to get you to fall into the trap. This is what they do. This is what they do. This is what women do. Like I said, it don't matter what the age gap is. She could be 55. She could be 55. You could be 21, or you could be or you could be in your 50s and she could be 22. This is what all women do to get what they want.
Very first date. They either did the deed and he paid for it, or they ain't do the deed at all. And she said that she was taken advantage of in January. If their relationship had ceased, according to Shannon and his legal team, on the 2nd moving forward at the conclusion of this particular interaction, either this actually happened and she's a victim, or she's a liar. And judging by the tone of the messages, it seems as if you're more interested in collecting money off this dude, and the mere fact that she had mentioned Michelle would showcase that there has to be some form of anger behind Shannon being with somebody else.
These hoes ain't got no manners.
The moment I read that text, that's all the vindication I needed. This had nothing to do with assault. This had nothing to do with somebody being taken advantage of. This had nothing to do with abuse. This had everything to do with a woman scorn trying to go and get as much as she possibly can off of a sucker who kept playing her game longer than he needed to play. And I had this much to say about Shannon. Months ago, you heard him on First Take go and say for $50 million, he'd be willing to go to hell when they were talking about Sam Darnold possibly getting paid.
Darnold's going to return to New York? I don't know.
The right number.
For $50 million, I go to hell. For $50 million, I go to hell. For $50 million, I go to hell.
Well, guess what, brother? Welcome to your hell. Lust took down Solomon. Lust took down David. Lust took down Samson. And here you are, because of your lust, about to take your dumb ass down because you don't know how to control your doggone sexual urges. You too doggone old to be freaked out. Like I mentioned prior, there were numerous different times over the course of the past year and a half that Nightcap had been in existence that you heard Shannon talk about his escapades and furthermore his quest of finding all of these different sort of ladies. In fact, you heard him talking about Sky Bree. I think the video is going viral right now.
You know who Sky Bree is, Ocho?
Sky Bree? Who that is, Coach?
Yeah. How I do it. How I do
Hey, Sky,
it.
I mean, who is that? Who is that? Help me out.
You know what I'm saying? She little something. You know, she might be famous.
Damn, Gilbert, like, get me out this motherfucking car right now. This nigga wild.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Who she play for? Who she play for?
You know, she got her own little thing, you know.
Huh?
You said, man, y'all. Man, y'all need to stop, man. Y'all need to stop. Y'all be on that bull jive, man.
Hold on, who she play for? Who she play for?
You know, back in the day, she could have been on my team.
She played for on her back. And lastly, I'll say this. Shannon, you lost your doggone mind. For one, for this harlot, she gonna get exactly what's coming to her. In the realm of money, whole lot of nothing. She about to have to pay for all kinds of legal fees, and I don't know how much money she making on OnlyFans, whatever the case may be, she better get ready to bust open the doggone checkbook because she ain't got no other additional bread that's coming in. But of course, you're gonna have simps who done went over there. You see all the massive amount of followers that has since grown since the scandal has since gone viral. But if you go and you look at her 2023 post, 2024 post, she was already dragging in tens of thousands of likes. So I can only imagine how much money she's dragging in on OnlyFans, and there's pretty much gonna be somebody who just discovered her by way of this scandal, and all of a sudden they're gonna start financing her doggone life. So despite the fact that she could put forth these false allegations, despite the fact that she could come out here and talk all this, tomfoolery, if you will, in the midst of these allegations, she's still gonna be able to make a good living because there's some simp-ass motherfuckers who's gonna constantly go and put money in her pocket. Dudes like that, you need to do better. But for Shannon, under no circumstance could you sit here and make it seem as if you did not put yourself in this situation, messing with individuals like that. You should have listened to Monique. You 56 years old. You got no business moving like somebody who is in their early 20s who just so happened to come into some money. You've been in the game way too long to be in this situation. You're a grandfather going through this. You should feel all levels of shame having to endure this trial and tribulation at this stage of your life. And again, I ain't telling you, oh, well, you should have been married. I ain't telling you, you should have been in a long-term relationship. I ain't telling you, you should have had, a significant other. If you want to be a bachelor, that's your business. But you got to understand what comes with making this particular kind of money, or I should say this amount of money, having that amount of notoriety and visibility, and going after women like this. Not even 20 at the time in which you had encountered her. You could have easily had a conversation in the gym, possibly gave her a compliment, went about your day. There's an old lady somewhere that you could have dealt with, whether they had been in their 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever the case may be, that you could have did everything you did with this doggone harlot and had none of the doggone repercussions that you're dealing with now. But instead, you wanted to be freaked out. And you hear how this man talks on Nightcap time and time again about the difference, whether it had been Sky Bree, whether it had been Miss B Nasty, whether it had been any of these other, harlots that had since gone viral for horizontal activity, if you will. And I'll use a word from my boy MTR, leveraging their viscous innards, if you will. You gotta stop. And I would hope this is what ultimately is the epiphany for you to leave these harlots alone. And furthermore, for any man of prominence or any dude who wants to be at that level that Shannon's at or anywhere there, leave these types of harlots alone because it's very easy to identify that this is what they're about, especially if they have the visibility on socials that you can clearly see on her account. You put yourself in this situation, Shannon. So it's not just her who got to put her motherfucking head back down. You got to put your motherfucking head back down too. And I would hope that somebody gonna slap some doggone sense into you. If this case, don't do it. You talk time and time again about the discipline, if you will, and the wisdom and the knowledge that was passed down to you from your grandparents. I would hope that they speak to you when you close your eyes and go to sleep and slap some doggone sense into you. Stop being so motherfucking horned out. Put down the damn Viagra and them blue diamonds and probably go and take a whole year off from horizontal activity. But for this lying harlot, you go somewhere else. Chris!
You have to die.
Here comes the United States champion, Chris Benoit. He's not going to do what I think, is he? Oh, no, come on. 16-foot. Arms are clapping. Look at him ready. I can't believe it. John got the ground. Is he? Whoa, he did. Yes, he is. Oh, Benoit. Look at Benoit.
Justice! I'm not saying he should have killed her.
But I understand.
Humiliated me, dude, on national television. So I want restitution.
But anyway, so that just go about do it for this one. Hey, Shannon, you wrong. Why you messing with these girls when you don't need them? I don't fuck with Monique, but she was right. You definitely need to fuck with somebody that's your age, that's up there with you, my brother. Ain't nothing wrong with them older women. Older women, they good. They good peoples, man. They good peoples, man. This coming from a young nigga. Coming from a young nigga. They good peoples, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, brother, this ain't it. This ain't it. Me personally, I'm not going this far. You know what I'm saying? If I'm dealing with someone, I wouldn't even deal with someone. Like I said, anybody that was born in, I want to say like what, 2002 and yeah, like 2002 and older, like I say anybody from the 70s to 2002, that's my range where I go with women. Okay. I'm not going no further than that, bro. Anybody from the 70s to the 2002, you cool. You know what I'm saying? When I'm 35, we can spread that age gap out a little bit, but for right now, I'm not taking them penitentiary chances. Nah. But anyway, so that's just gonna about do it for this one. I will see you all in the next video. Till then, peace out. Don't be messing with these girls. Don't be letting these women stroke your ego, man, and get you hyped up thinking that you all that. And then the next thing you know, you in that same fucking circle every time. Like, fellas, I'm just trying to warn y'all. It's women are really, really vindictive out here. And I'm not saying that for ladies, men can be like this too. Ladies, they can stroke your ego too and build you up, but y'all should already know that. For men though, women can flip the script. They can stroke your ego, they can build you up, and the next thing you know, you just in this loop of, oh my God, here we go again. And then it's, I'm sorry, daddy, love you, daddy. And then the next thing you know,
give me the keys to my car, Joe. You ain't going nowhere.
Get up off me, girl. See, there you go again. Bring your ass downstairs, showing off in front of these fucking neighbors. Get your ass back upstairs.
Fuck you and these neighbors. I hate you.
I hate your ass too.
I love you so much, Joey.
I love you too, baby. I ain't going nowhere.
Damn, boy, shit.
Now what?
I'm a cook, I'm a clean.
That's
You
right.
put it down. I feed you, big old monster. I love you, boy.